Hello students, welcome back to my grammar class. In this class, you are going to learn about pronoun and its types. It is the second part. In the first part, you have learned about personal pronoun and possessive pronoun, right? In this video, you are going to learn about indefinite pronoun and relative pronoun. First, you are going to learn about indefinite pronoun. What is indefinite pronoun? Yes, when we don't know the identity of an object or a person, we are talking about we use indefinite pronouns to refer to the objects or the person. Okay, which means these are used to refer to a person or a thing in a general way and do not point to a specific person or things. Okay students, listen carefully. நம்மளுக்கு வந்து அந்த சப்ஜெக்ட்டோ இல்லை ஆப்ஜெக்ட் பற்றி நம்மளுக்கு கிளியராக தெரியலைனா, அவங்களோட ஐடென்டிட்டி தெரியலைனா, நம்ம வந்து இன்டெஃபினட் ப்ரொனவுன்ஸ் தான் யூஸ் பண்ணி அந்த பர்சனையோ இல்லை ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்டையோ நம்ம வந்து மென்ஷன் பண்ணுவோம். When we don't know the identity of a person or a object, we use these words. See here, someone, somebody, something, anyone, anybody, anything, everyone, everybody, everything, no one, nobody, nothing. I am going to repeat again. Listen carefully. Someone, somebody, something, anyone, anybody, anything, everyone, everybody, everything, no one, nobody, nothing. Here are the rules for indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns like collective nouns take singular or plurals, and then a singular noun take singular pronoun, and then a plural noun takes plural pronouns. Okay students, you have to remember all this when we are using indefinite pronoun. And then indefinite pronouns that ends in one are always singular. For example, anyone, everyone, someone, one. And then indefinite pronouns that end in body are always singular. The words like anybody, somebody and nobody. And then the indefinite pronouns both, few, many, others and severals are always plurals. Both, many, others and severals are always plural. And then the indefinite pronouns like all, many, more, most, none and some can be singular or plural depending upon how they are used. So indefinite pronouns like all, many, more, most, none and some can be singular or plural. It depends upon how they are used. Students, you have listened about some pronouns, right? No one, nobody, nothing. Okay, these pronouns begin with word no, right, and they show an absence of information regarding to an object or a person, so that the speaker tries to convey a negative sense in what he or she is saying. So நம்ம இந்த no one, nobody, nothing இந்த வேர்ட் ஸ்டார்டிங் வித் த நோ இது எல்லாமே வந்து என்ன கன்வே பண்ணணும்னா அந்த இடத்துல வந்து ஒரு நெகட்டிவ் இன்ஃபர்மேஷனை கன்வே பண்ணுறதுக்காக நம்ம நோன்ற வேர்ட் நோபடி, நத்திங் அண்ட் நோ ஒன் இந்த வேர்ட்ஸ்லாம் நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம். ஸோ லுக் அட் ஹியர், nobody was able to answer the teacher's question. Nobody was able to answer the teacher's question. இதோட மீனிங் என்னென்னா, டீச்சர் கொஷின் கேட்டாங்க, யாருமே அதுக்கு ஆன்சர் பண்ணலை. ஸோ there was the influence of the negative sentence, right? So we have to use nobody to show the negative, to convey the negative informations. Okay students, look at here, dash ate my sandwich. Dash ate my sandwich. You know that indefinite pronouns does not have an identity of a person or object. So here என்னோட சாண்ட்விச்சை யாரோ சாப்பிட்டுட்டாங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாமா? So someone ate my sandwich. Look at the second one, dash came forward to admit the crime, so the whole class was punished. Dash came forward to admit the crime, so the whole class was punished. யாருமே அவங்க செஞ்ச தப்பை ஒத்துக்கலை, ஸோ எங்கள் டீச்சர் வந்து ஹோல் கிளாஸையுமே பனிஷ் பண்ணிட்டாங்க. தட் இஸ் அ தமிழ் மீனிங் ஃபார் தட் சென்டென்ஸ். ஸோ யாருமே போது எஸ், ஐ டோல்ட் யூ பிஃபோர், வி யூஸ் த வேர்ட்ஸ் நோ டு ஷோ த negative sentence. So what you have to use here? Yes, no one came forward to admit the crime, so the whole class was punished. யாருமே முன்னாடி வந்து சொல்லலை அவங்க பண்ண தப்பை, ஸோ வந்து ஹோல் கிளாஸுமே வந்து டீச்சர்ஸ் பனிஷ் பண்ணிட்டாங்க. தட் இஸ் அ தமிழ் மீனிங் ஃபார் தட் சென்டென்ஸ். ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ், லுக் அட் த third example, dash loves to eat chocolate. ஓகே டேஷ் லவ்ஸ் டு ஈட் சாக்லேட். இங்கே நம்ம என்ன யூஸ் பண்ணலாம்? எஸ் எவ்ரி ஒன் லவ்ஸ் டு ஈட் சாக்லேட். எல்லாருக்குமே வந்து சாக்லேட் சாப்பிட பிடிக்கும். அதான் லுக் அட் த ஃபோர்த் ஒன். ஐ ஸ்வேர் ஐ ஒன்ட் டெல் டேஷ் திஸ் சீக்ரெட். ஐ ஸ்வேர் ஐ ஒன்ட் டெல் டேஷ் திஸ் சீக்ரெட். நான் வந்து இந்த உண்மையை வந்து யார்கிட்டையும் சொல்ல மாட்டேன். அதுதான் அதோட தமிழ் மீனிங். ஸோ வாட் யூ ஹேவ் டு யூஸ் ஹியர்? எஸ் ஐ ஸ்வேர் ஐ ஒன்ட் டெல் எனி ஒன் திஸ் சீக்ரெட். ஸோ நான் இந்த சீக்ரெட்டை வந்து யார்கிட்டையுமே சொல்ல மாட்டேன். தட் இஸ் அ தமிழ் மீனிங் ஃபார் தட் sentence. Okay students, have you understood indefinite pronouns? Now we are going to learn about the relative pronouns. What is a relative pronoun? Yes, a relative pronoun is one which is used to refer to nouns or pronouns mentioned previously, whether they are people, places, things, animals or ideas. So that relative pronouns can be used to join two sentences. Who, whom, which, what, that. These are all relative pronouns. We use who to refer to a person, and then whom is used to refer to a person, and then which is used to refer to an animal or a thing. What is used to refer to a non-living things, and then that is used to refer to a person, animal or things. Okay students, listen carefully. Who is used to refer to a person. Who வந்து நம்ம பர்சன்ஸ்க்கு மட்டும் தான் நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம். And then whom, yes, whom is also used to refer to a person. Who and whom is also used to refer to a person. And then which is used to refer to a animal or thing. So which ன்றது வந்து அனிமலை மென்ஷன் பண்ணுறதுக்கும் திங்ஸை மென்ஷன் பண்ணுறதுக்கும் நம்ம which மட்டும் யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம். And then what is used to refer to a non-living things. What is mean by non-living things? Yes, உயிரற்ற பொருள்லாம் வந்து நம்ம வாட்னு மென்ஷன் பண்ணுவோம். And then that is used to refer to a person, animal or thing. That வந்து personsக்கு சொல்லுவோம், animalsக்கு சொல்லுவோம், and then thingsக்கு நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணலாம். Okay students, have you understood the definition for relative pronoun? See here, I met Anita, and then Anita is a nurse. First sentence is I met Anita. Second sentence is Anita is a nurse. And then we are going to join this sentence by using a relative pronoun. What can we use here? Yes, I told you before, we use who and whom used to refer to a person. So what we have to use here? Yes, we have to use who. So who is used in the place of a noun, Anita, right? And it does the work of a conjunction. So you know that relative pronouns are used to join two sentences. And what is a conjunction? Yes, a conjunction is used to join a word or a sentence or a phrase, so that it does the work of conjunction. So a relative pronoun does the work of a pronoun and a conjunction. Okay students, have you understood the definition for relative pronouns? Now we are going to see examples for relative pronoun. The first question, this is the cake dash Mary made. This is the cake dash Mary made. இதுதான் அந்த கேக் மேரி செஞ்ச கேக் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறாங்க. So what you have to use here? Yes, we have to use which. Why are we using which? Yes, we use which for which is used to refer to a things. So இங்கே வந்து கேக்ன்றது ஒரு பொருள் தானே. ஸோ நம்ம என்ன மென்ஷன் பண்ணணும்? Yes, we have to use which. So which is the correct answer? This is the cake which Mary made. Look at the second question. I know the boy dash sits next to me. I know the boy dash sit next to me. Here what you have to use here? Yes, you have to use whom. Why are we using whom? Yes, we have to use whom because it refers to a person. So I know the boy whom sits next to me. Look at the third question. This is a boy. I borrowed his book. இவன் தான் அந்த பையன், அவங்ககிட்ட தான் நான் அந்த புக்கை கடன் வாங்கியிருக்கேன். That is a Tamil meaning for that sentence. So now tell me, what relative pronoun we have to use here? Yes, we have to use whose. Why we are using whose? Yes, we use whose to show the possession. So what is a possession? Yes, a possession which tells us about who owns what. அந்த புக் வந்து யாரோடையது அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறதுக்காக நம்ம வந்து இங்கே whose யூஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். So this is a boy whose book I borrowed. It is a correct answer. Okay students, have you understood these examples? Shall we recall once? Okay students, now tell me, what is indefinite pronouns? Yes, indefinite pronouns are used to refer to a person or a thing in a general way, and they do not point to a specific person or a thing. And what are the rules you studied in the indefinite pronouns? Yes, indefinite pronouns like collective nouns can be singular or plural depending on how they are used in a sentence. And then a singular indefinite pronoun takes a singular verb. And then plural indefinite pronouns takes a plural verbs. Indefinite pronouns that end in one are always singular. So the words like anyone, everyone, someone and one. And then indefinite pronouns that end in body that are always singular. The words like anybody, somebody and nobody. And then third rule, the indefinite pronouns both, few, many, others and several are always plural. And then what is the last point you have studied? Yes, the indefinite pronouns all, many, more, must, none and some can be a singular or plural depending upon how they are used in a sentence. Okay students, this is all about the indefinite pronoun. And then what is a relative pronoun? Yes, a relative pronouns are used to refer to the noun or a pronoun that has been mentioned earlier in a sentence. They are also used to join two sentences. They are who, whom, whose, which and that. Okay students, have you understood the indefinite pronoun and relative pronoun? See you in the next video. Thank you.